Hello everyone, welcome. Very good morning to one and all. Today we are going to have a look on some of the common mistakes which the students make while executing the HTML programming. What is basically an HTML? Everybody must be aware. Yes. So HTML basically stands for the Hypertext Programming Language. Okay. So now we have to look what are some of the common errors which students generally face and how we should avoid them. Okay. If you look at the slide, okay, the very first error, these are few errors, but you might get some more errors. Nesting of incorrect elements. Okay. Now, what do you mean by nesting? Everybody might be aware. One element inside another element, that is known as the nesting of elements. So, if you are not placing it proper, you might receive an error. Using deprecated tags. Deprecated is nothing but the term which we are using. It's the old tags which the current HTML version is not supporting. So always you should make it a habit of using the replacement of that particular tag. Moving on to the third, you all might be aware what is img tag. It's basically used for the image tag. Always make it a good practice of using the alt attribute in that image tag. Now, what that alt attribute indicates, I'll let you know. The fourth error, the missing quotes in the attribute values. So you have to mention the quotes should be good. Okay, good in the sense you should it specifically you should always make it a habit of using quotes in your tags. And the last is multiple HTML head or the body tag. Okay. Now how we'll just have a look at each one of them and we'll just check how to avoid these mistakes so that we should get the correct output. Okay. So the very first point which we discuss is incorrect nesting of elements. Now you people can have a look. Sometimes the students forget to close the tags, or sometimes the alignment is not proper, or sometimes the tag which should come before it's being placed after. So always you should have a habit of using it. One more thing I would suggest you in this case, you people know that HTML we go with the execution in Notepad. Okay. So nowadays there is the Visual Studio Code where automatically if you open one tag, the closing of that tag occurs. So that in that case, students make very less mistake because the compiler automatically. So that is in the Visual Studio Code. So nowadays, Notepad no one is using, so always make it a habit of using the Visual Studio Code for running the HTML or CSS or JavaScript. Okay. So now what is the incorrect version? Have a look. Now here what I have written B, which stands for the bold tag, I italic tag, and in between I have written one text. Now if italic tag is there, then first italic tag should be closed, then the bold tag. I hope you know the hierarchy. Your opening first, that should be closed at the last. Same way. So you can see the correct version. B, then I, then some kind of text, then italic, then bold. Okay, so this is the correct version. Generally, students make a mistake here. So they might get the incorrect output. Okay, so never forget this. Moving on to the next. As I indicated that what do you mean by the term deprecated? It's nothing but the things or the kind of tag which the older HTML version used to use. Say for example, center tag, font tag, marquee tag. All these are tags. No doubt if you're using it right now, if your browser is supporting that HTML version, we can go ahead with it. But nowadays, the new HTML version, these kinds of tags are not supported. So now the question is, if the tags are not supported, how come to achieve the same task which these tags were following? You can use the CSS instead. So nowadays for styling to your web page, the thing which is being used is CSS. That stands for the cascading style sheet. So you don't have to use the font tag, center tag or the marquee tag which is used for rolling the text. Instead of that, you can use the CSS. Okay, so have a look. So I am using the paragraph. Inside CSS, there is a style tag. So whatever style you want to give to your web page. So basically CSS is only used for styling your entire website. Okay, So style tag, there I have written text. It should be alignment, should be in the center. The entire text. You can give the font also. You can give the font size also. So whatever styling you want to do, you can do. But nowadays HTML is used with CSS. Okay. I hope till here it's clear. Moving on to the third, as I discussed, IMG tag. It's basically used for the image. Okay. Now, if I'm showing you one particular image, if it is a very image, you people will be able to tell me, ma'am, this is this kind of image, this is the picture of this. But always make it a good habit that below the image, you should always give the description of that image, at least the name of that image, so that even those who are not aware, in that case, they should be familiar with the name of that image. So for giving the name to an image, you have to use the alt attribute. Sometimes this is a very bad practice. IMG SRC students just figure it out the image and leave it. You should always go with the description of that particular image with the alt attribute. Okay, so always make it a good practice to do it. Moving on to the next. Now, whether it is single quote or double quote, sometimes students forget to put quote in the tag, quotes in the tag. Now have a look. Here I have written input type equal to text, but this is actually the incorrect version. Some browsers might support, but some browsers give it an error. So always make it a good practice, handy practice. So whatever string, kind of string you people are using in it, just put the double quotes in it. So input type equal to double quotes text. This is the actual correct version. Moving on to the last part, it's when you people are using the multiple HTML head or body text. Now remember one thing students, these are the three tags which you can use only once. It is a good practice. HTML should be opened once, closed once. Head should be opened once, closed once. And body should be opened once. Inside the body, the entire thing comes, the entire content, whatever you want to paste. And then the closing of body and then head, then HTML. So I have told you the hierarchy. If you're opening any tag first, that should be closed at the last. Okay, so you have to follow the hierarchy. Now have a look here and you people have to guess me which one is the correct version. If I am going with the upper part, HTML head, title, head close, HTML close. No doubt body is not there, but there is no kind of error. So this will give you the title to the web page. That's it. There is no error. If I go with the same thing again, have a look. HTML, I have opened the head tag. Inside that title, I have closed the head tag. And then body, this is the heading tag. Body close and then HTML close. This is also there is no error. But if you people are combining these two things, then in that case, students, you might receive an error. So remember one thing, always make it a habit of using these tags only once. Okay. Paragraph tag, IMG tag, bold, italic, underline, all these things you can use as many times as you want in a web page. But these are few basic tags which should be started at once and closed at last. Okay. So these are the few common errors which students make while executing. There are much more, so stay tuned and we'll be continuing with another topic. So till then, bye for now.